GameStop surging in the pre-market. Company plans to seek shareholder approval to boost the number of outstanding shares in order to enable a stock split. Tesla outlined a similar plan earlier in the week, as you know. GameStop proposing an increase to 1 billion shares from 300 million, Jim. Tesla, Amazon, Google, club's growing.
People have recognized that you need to cater more to the individual investor. The hedge funds and the big mutual funds are not who you want anymore because they're not sticky. This is something that Ryan Cohen is very right to do at GameStop, because what you want to do is make it so that that stock price is lower. Now, there are a lot of people who are thinking that the fractional share would take off. But fractional shares scare people. It's not really worked. So you get, I mean, if he had done a 4-for-1, it would have been up, say, through 200. He might still, I don't know, once he could do it with 1 billion shares. But the people who like GameStop love it even more. Now, Ryan Cohen, we haven't talked about, he's in a war against BCG, where he says that they did absolutely nothing and they won. BCG thinks that GameStop stiffed them. And Ryan Cohen is out of, he is saying, basically, he's very Musk-like in his attack on BCG. Now, the very staid, nice people at BCG must be dying, because Ryan Cohen, if Ryan Cohen said, listen, I want ice cream cones sent to BCG, as many as you can,
sure,
they would be overwhelmed with ice cream cones.
Yeah. We are seeing some halo on AMC, Bed Bath. Do you think the split thing has legs? I mean,
yeah, very much so.
You do. Actually,
very much so.
B of A has a note today that if you look at the S&P, names above $500 a share, it's like 15% of the index. If you're looking for other candidates.
Well, I speak to, offline when I speak to a CEO that has a stock that's higher than 100, I say, please, go do some history. Look at history. During the great 80s bull market, when the Pepsis and Cokes went up, they split the stock because they were conscious of the individual investor. And you're thumbing your nose at the individual investor if you're Shopify at 680. You're thumbing your nose at Costco. Now, I have not pushed Costco enough because they're such a good company. But there is just they ought to sit up and take notice because they need individual investors. I told that to Disney. I said, look, you got to get the individual investor in because the hedge funds hate you. I mean, hedge funds, they have this big meeting. They bring everybody down to Walt Disney World, and what happens? Guys are shorting it. They're saying this thing stinks, and Disney Plus is awful, and they hate Pluto, and, they won't even put their arms around, Minnie, and whatever. It's like sexual harassment by putting your arm around Minnie.
Do you think any of this related to Disney is because of the political heat they're now under regarding their stance in Florida?
Yes.
Fox News is all over Disney, as you know.
I mean, they've managed to alienate gays and straights. It's really a rather remarkable thing. You got to work so hard to do that. I mean, do you think about how hard that is? I mean, you got to sit there and plot that one. This meeting, which I thought was going to be so important and move the stock, I was wrong. And one of the reasons I was wrong is because the controversial nature of the CEO, who I just seems to just not get the zeitgeist of the moment. He was talking a lot about the metaverse, NVIDIA.
First things first.
Facebook.